Hi and welcome. I'm Lotte. I'm from Sweden. I will talk about knitting, some crochet, a little bit crochet, and about two designers that I have test knitted for. I will show you some knits I finished, that I'm working on, and so on. The usual things. On Instagram I am Gjort of Garn, and you can find me on Ravelry as Lotte Blom. So welcome. Today I will talk about two designers. They are both from Finland, but the Swedish talking part of Finland. Many years ago Finland belonged to Sweden, and there's still regions there where they talk only Swedish. Only perhaps also they learn. I haven't asked them, but some also, of course, they talk. Some of them talk Finnish also. Sorry. So these two. One is Lee Esselström. She works for a TV show called Strömsö, and the other one is the designer Victoria Snellman, Lykkeliten. I will start with Lee because I'm wearing a knit I made for her. It's her design. I don't know if you can see it really. It's called Strömsö cardigan, Strömsö kofta in Swedish. She also made before a sweater, but this time she made a cardigan. You can stick it. I did this in a plötoloopy here. No, I'm lying. Lättloopy here and plötoloopy in the color work. I started with double strands because I heard that 2 strands of plötoloopy, the unspun yarn, should be about the same as 1 strand of lättloopy, but not this one. It was too thick. It didn't work out so good. So perhaps, I don't know how long I made, how much I made it, but the rest I made with just 1 strand, and that worked out very good, and I love it. I made it longer also. You can see on photos I actually asked if it was possible for my niece Renée also to test knit. It was her first test knit, and she made it so good. You have some photos of us. She made hers in, it was the Novita 7 Brothers and something else, I can't remember. Her is more delicate. Can you see? I would point so you can see mine is more. We can go out and in the woods with this, and Renée can have hers on a nice party also. I will tell you now about Lee. I will see if I haven't translated it from. I have it here in Swedish, so bear with me. She works teaching handcraft and techniques in this TV program Strömsö, and she took her own initiative. She asked if it was possible to show some knitting also, but they didn't have so much time, so in the beginning she made just small items. And she said also it takes more time to prepare a pattern also than she have time in the TV show. So she had to make something or some also at her in her free time. She had in one episode, she told me, leg warmers that she made for herself, and when people saw it on the show, they asked about it, and then she made a free pattern of it. But after a while, the TV show became more famous after some years, and she asked if she could make some mittens from she was inspired by the beautiful carpentered, I don't know what it is in English, I'm sorry, on the porch. You can see here in the photo. And this house also was in the beginning, they have a whole house that they are, she doesn't tell us here, but I have seen it I look at it often, this program. They cook, they make something, they remake things, they sew, they make much handcrafts and so on. So this house was a summer house for a wealthy family and was built at the end of 1800s. So after this, when she could design this mitten, this Ströms mitten was born, she said. That she had problem to make patterns for others, because she is a loose knitter, she says, and have to calculate over and over again, and it was much more work to do knit from other patterns. But after a while she found a Norwegian designer. Her name is Lene Tøsti, and she tried her patterns knitting in Norwegian, and all of a sudden it worked. She said it was like they had the same handwriting, and that was the beginning to try the first design for this the sweater, from this Strömsö sweater. And because she says also, because she is knitting so loose, most beginners also do that. So she said it's a beginner friendly pattern also. It's a good combination. She doesn't have an education in pattern construction for knitting in different sizes. But she is a teacher. She had been learned as a teacher in textile crafts. So she has sewn much over the years. It's tricky to get different sizes, but she made much research and compared different stick patterns and also different sizes on people. She said that she gets inspiration from everywhere. Other happy knitter inspires her, both in the real world and on Instagram and on Pinterest. The nature is the one that gives her this most inspiration, with the color combinations. They are so beautiful and most inspiring. She likes to study plants, natural patterns that nature gives us as masters. I don't know the name. Flowers and trees and so on. She always wants at least one sweater or cardigan to knit on. Or also a couple of socks or gloves, mittens, some easier projects when she doesn't. She wants her hands to move all the time. She likes one of the projects to be a structured one with the lace or so, or color work that demands concentration, and then she can have some easier ones to choose between. She likes to use different kind of yarns, but wool and alpaca is the favorites. She started an own wool experiment to take care of sheep, cut the wool, wash and prepare it, dye it and spin it, and so on. So she said that is the most loveliest yarn that fills her with love for the animal. It was another word I can't say, but it's the love. To play with the wool, mix it, experiment, and create different unique yarns by hand is a newfound passion I like to develop and do more. To see the garments finished with every lock from the sheep that she spun in its right place is an amazing feeling. And we can find her patterns on, I will link it. They are just in Swedish and Finnish, but she says that the chart is so, you can see the chart, and if you are a knitter, you can take it on a sweater pattern and make it yourself. That was Lee Esselström. The other one is another beautiful designer. They are both, I think they are both, as me, mother to 4, these ones. So this is then Victoria Snellman. She is called Lykkeliten on Instagram, and she has her own company. She's not on Ravelry, but you find her patterns in English also. Then she has that in her on her website. She lives in, I think it's Ostrobotnia. I'm not sure. It's the Finnish, Swedish speaking part of Finland. Sorry now. She lives there with her husband, 4 kids, 1, 6, 8 and 10. She works full-time with her company Lykkeliten, where she designs knitting pattern and also have this website where she sells some baby clothes and products. When she was 6 years, she sat in the cabin or cottage in the Finnish archipelago, how do you say it, and was drawing on the floor, and she said out loud that I will be a designer when I grow up. She didn't think about being a knitting designer, but designer she became. I learned to knit when I was 4, and I knitted my first baby cardigan then. It was purple and had cables on the front. I nearly didn't anything else than sat and knitted and sewn when I was little. I am mostly self-taught, but I have studied fashion and design, so I have pattern construction in my luggage, do you say so? The inspirations come with my children and they need what they have. Often it's some of the children that has some requirings. I like to knit something that is challenging enough, and I don't like to mass produce. I will never be a sock knitter. It kills my it's in Swedish, knitting inspiration. She loves wool, like the quality yarn but the nicest and the most luxurious yarn she knitted it in is in Kashmir for her youngest son, Indie Julien. She made this a whole dress for him. I love that pattern and the quality. Instagram is my... She makes her marketing. Sorry, I don't. She doesn't have an. Another. I'm sorry, I can't find the word. You can find her on Instagram. She is not that good in technology for YouTube and TikTok, but perhaps someday. And I must say thank you for both of them. Lee, thank you so much, and Victoria, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for people like you taking your time to answer my questions, and I can show that for my viewers. And as you saw, I didn't say that in the beginning. I've shown some photos while I was reading. It's not so fun to just look at me when I'm reading. Sorry. What have I done since the last time we saw? Oh, I forgot to tell you about... I said the last episode, I said that I will do a recording with the designer Kristin Blom. Sorry. And we made it. But even 2 times. But the first time was this technical wonders. I have to wait for my son-in-law Christopher to help me to edit it. So that's why I'm making this one now, because I have some needs I had to show before I will send it away to the receivers. I have also had to apologize. I made that in the Swedish. I can see the lamp I have, and also the window is reflecting in my glasses. If someone out there sit on the solution, what can I do when I have glasses? I have to have them on, but I have to have some lighting from the front, I guess. It's such a new thing also for me, but I'm sorry if you see much reflections. Last time I showed you I made this Pippi sweater for little Daisy, and I worked then also on the some trousers for them. Now I finished them. It was, here you can see it was not enough from one of the yarns, but as the sweater also have lots of yarn, different yarn and colors, I continued with that. And this, I don't know if you see it. It was a thicker yarn, so it's a little bigger here. But this is with reflex in. So I made this, and also then made do you say beret or is it beret? I am not sure. In Swedish is basker, or a hat. I made a hat for her. This is a pattern from a Norwegian designer, strickesilla. I hope Daisy can have it. I don't know if I will have a pom-pom on or so. But the whole thing here, I don't know if you see it, it's like gray spots. That's the reflex. I can show you a photo of her brothers Fred and Edward's hats I made for a couple of years ago. So you really can see how effective it is to have something with reflex. And now here in Sweden, most of the everywhere when it's getting dark, it's good to have reflexes. So you can do so much fun things. You can, if you don't have so much, you can make a hat. You can just make a pom-pom, or have a pom-pom on your pocket hanging or something, so you are seen when you are outside. That's for the little girl. And I also shown, I think a couple of times, a cardigan I was working on for Edward, the older brother in the family. Now it's finished. Can you see? I can't see what I'm doing, but I was talking about making this with a zipper, and I did. And I made pockets. I came to think about that in the last minute. So I have knitted so much, but I made knitted in a thread here, and then I made a pocket here, but it was too narrow, not deep enough. So I knitted up. This isn't the most beautiful edging, but now I can have a whole hand in here. And I made 2 of them. So this is for Edward. No, the back side with this E. And if this sweater is alive when his little brother Fred is growing up, E is the same, the first letter in their second name. Do you say so? I don't think so, but he can use it. Sorry. I also made for him, as I did for Fred. For those who haven't seen it, I made a sweater and a Oslo hat for Fred, the middle child, and also this one for Edward. And everything in this was knitted in Novita 7 Brothers. So I also have knitted, we have a Swedish designer I knitted quite a lot for. Let's see if I can talk about her also some episode. She asked for test knitters for a basic sock. I can just take one of them. A basic sock pattern. In her, she have the her name is Matilda Kruse, and she have her company's Organic Knitters. So she have both a web shop with yarns, but she also is a designer. So she has this, I think it's called Step, this sock base. This one is a yarn I got from one of my knitting friends, Mandy from America or Canada. I think it's America. We are a knitting group. We are all about the same knitters in a group for Tracy Miller from Grocery Girls. And now and then someone new comes also, but we are a bunch. from different parts of the world. I'm from Sweden, and we have Marianne from Norway, and then we have someone from Australia. I think the rest is from United States and Canada. I'm not sure if we have another country, but it's so fun. And I asked some questions about the yarns they're talking. They have over there so much more fun yarns that we don't have here. And this lovely Mandy, she sent me a package about a year ago, and this was one of them. I will put down. I lost the label, but I have a photo of it, and it's so soft. This will be for my oldest daughter. I'm sorry I talk about so much more than the sock, but it's just a simple, but it's a basic sock. I have made it, and I will put this aside. I'm making out. This is not the most beautiful. Talking about. Sorry, my notebook. Tracy is making a handmade. It's almost. It will be released in October, I think. Yeah, in October. A pattern that she will have made. This is a collaboration with some yarn company or a dyer. I'm not sure. And it will be sold for the breast cancer. It's a breast cancer month. Then in October, yeah. It's not much for the world for the moment. This is Drops Nord, and this one is from a Swedish. Can you see it? No, it's just, also this is like glasses. Can you see it? Swedish indie dyer, Moods of Colors. A rest I have. And then I take just 2 strands together with this mohair from Järbo, Swedish company. It's not much to see. It would be better with when it's blocked and finished, of course. I also have another test knit. The designer didn't want us to show it yet before it's finished. I can start with just show the yarn I'm knitting in. It's also Novita 7 Brothers in rusty red. But I could show a photo of her and her friend in this sweater, finished sweater. It's a beautiful one. The designer is Garn Frun on Instagram, Helene Olsson. And she's making a... The words disappearing again. She's making several different patterns with cables, and this is one of them. And I love to knit cables. I'm just saying, I just love it. I'm just looking in my notes here. So I have 2 test knits going on, and one was finished. We have another thing I did work on. I haven't done in about a week before this came. Sorry again. We have an amazing designer in Sweden. Her name is Erika Åberg, and this is in Swedish. But this is knit from coast to coast, and it's not just in the coast in Sweden, but from different parts of the world. She is is working from Shetland sometimes. It's from the... I don't know what it is in English, but not just from Sweden. So she makes so much beautiful things. I will link, because I saw she had made also at least one book in English, and I really can recommend it because it's Nordic vibes with nature fibers, and she makes so much. It's a beautiful things. I will link it for those who are interested. I started anyway on a mitten. I made this one day, but I haven't done the other one. It's from this one. So the yarn I have it is Drops Nepal. It's both alpaca and wool in it. It's so soft. So I will finish this one soon, as soon as I finish the test knits, because I'm that one. I want. I must have whole mittens. I have a lot, knitted a lot. Oh, half. Also without. What are they called? Half mittens, perhaps. But I'm always cold on the fingertips. So what can I do more than knit the whole thing? I'm looking again here. Oh, I finished. I will put in photos of that. If you were here on the first episode, I talked about I was knitting on a dress. It was the no frills sweater, but I deconstructed it. So I made it wrong. So I have balloon arms on it. It wasn't meant, but I continued, and I made it long, and I made it like A-shaped. So every 10th row I increased with 2 stitches on every side, so it was slightly like that. It goes to my knees, and I love it. It's perfect. A couple of days ago it was real cold inside, so I have it a whole day inside, and it was just tights and some socks, and this one, the winter can come. Perfect. I said I would talk about a little bit of crocheting. I haven't done much, but I got this idea the other day. I don't know if you can see this. It's just some flowers. If you have earring like this, if you have follow me on Instagram, you have perhaps seen it already. The beige one, but I'm the light brown, but I made one just in pink. I'm not a pink person, but if you can see, I don't think how you can do just a little thing to match something, perhaps. And you can make bigger things, and you like daisies or whatever, or with fringes, or it's just the imagination that stops you, or not helps you. The imagination. Oh, I hope you understand what I was meaning. When the beige one was, it disappeared. I mean, my ears are beige. This color doesn't see. You don't see it so much. A little thing. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast, or it's too much for you. I will just check here. Oh, I have something that fell down. I made some pumpkins crocheted that I will just have here up here. I will give them for little Daisy to play with later on. I can show you them. and I fill them with I buy, yeah, if you have IKEA or whatever, the cheapest pillow you can get, and just cut it up and take the stuffing from that, and cheaper, you can't find any stuffing cheaper than that, I think. And then fill it, and then you can just throw it in the washing machine. I was about to say dishwasher again. Sorry. I made that, and I made, sorry, I had 2 more. It was so fun, so I had to do many. So I have just this a sock I have when I go out, or have it in my bags. I just knit if I have to wait for someone. Nothing special, but this one is for a friend of us, and I made for his family, for his son and for his wife also. They can't knit. And they was talking about, we are talking about the heating will be more expensive and so on, and also this to have in a bag in case, or some, if you have to, how will I say it, if you so you can prepare for cold days. So why not knit for those who can't? Knit socks, knit a hat if you want, mittens or so, and give someone as a gift, so they are warm. It doesn't take much time for us. Something nice. I'm sorry, I'm out of my breath, do you say so? I heard something, and it was my son with his dog, and the dog ran up here, so I had to pause a little bit. And I had to give him water. They was out on a walk in the sunny day. Yeah, I was talking about knitting for someone else. If we have a cold winter, and those of us who can knit, perhaps do that for someone else. I will not talk about anything more for the moment. Soon I will have this out with the Christine Blom that I talked about before. Thank you again for your patience, both with me talking fast, talking very bad English, not finding words, and so on. But I'm grateful for those of you who are here and watching me and my things that I do, what I'm talking about and so. If you like it, as everyone said, make it a thumbs up. If you don't subscribe, please do. If you like. So until next time, I wish you the best. Thank you for your patience, for taking your time for watching me, and thank you also for your comments. I forgot about that. I wish you the best. Bye.